This is one dip lorry also we have re-railed it. Next, come to the yes. The assembly requirements is 21 sleepers assembly and center to center is 600 mm. The total assembly length is 12.6 as we already said, and these are the design parameters. The PSC sleepers are manufactured as per the IRS T45 as in the case of points and crossings, and the MS plates which are required for the plating and also to raise the guard rail to the running rail level and to tie up the 6 numbers of sleepers. These are the plates required. The CI blocks are required. The approximate cost of the one re-railing ramp, this is exclusive of rails and rubber pads, CRC, etc. That is 3.37 meters. And moreover, this block is not necessary for this. Under caution order, the work can be done. And what is the suggestion or improvement we want to take out is, we are providing wooden blocks to achieve the plate slope. So whereas we want to do with some reinforced polymer blocks, that is one thing, and the sunken head screws are to be. So these are the rail screws, and we thought that it will be obstructing the flange way. So we want to give this sunken position. So those are the suggestions, and it was functioning very nicely. And we have already laid, South Central Railway has already laid at 3 more bridge locations, and we have procured around 60 sets. So all the major bridges will be covered. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next paper is on restoration of railway bridge number 249 at kilometer 67 by Sri Lakshmi Narayan, PC East Coast Railway.
Respected ME sir, all esteemed senior officials, chairman, co-chairman, good afternoon. My presentation is, I have little modified it, like KK line challenges and restoration of bridge number 249. I will be giving presentation, structure presentation will be, first I will be covering about salient features, challenges, restoration of bridge, and what are the scheme we followed and how it was made possible, and what are the recommendation and appreciation by all. This is the system map. It falls in a Visakhapatnam, Valte division of East Coast Railway, and bridge is on 8-degree curve, and both sides we have got tunnel 32 and 33, and grade is also very high, 1 in 100. In fact, salient feature about KK line, all of you must be aware, but to just summarize, this passes through AP, Odisha and Chhattisgarh, measuring into around 446 km. It was constructed in 1964 when tunnel technology was not available. Therefore, it has resulted into deep cuttings, steep gradient, very sharp curve, and restricted speed. Speed is being restricted from 32 to 65. It has got KK1 and KK2. KK1 is Kota Valsa to Maligura, around 218 km, having a GMT around 26, and KK2 is 228, here GMT is about 30. In fact, total million ton, if you look at in East Coast Railway, we are taking about 185 million ton, and then earning is about 17,000 crore, and operating ratio is 58. So there is a lot of pressure on maintenance. And it is passing through the Anantagiri, and Maligura and Silka Jodi, various ghats. It has got about 58 tunnels measuring into 14 kilometer, out of which 9.7 is lined and rest is unlined. And it has got 85 major bridges and total bridges are more than 1200. And last time in February we have got the highest TGI. Earlier it was around 57, and in one section it has gone up to 80, and another section it has exceeded 102. And if you look at the features like KK1, about 52% alignment is on curve, and curve is varying up to 8 degree. So which is very, very high, and maintenance is really difficult. And KK2 also it has got around 37%. Then if you look at the grade in KK1 is going up to 1 in 60, extreme gradient 1 in 60, ranging from 1 in 60 to 1 in 50, and rest are normal grade, and KK2 it is 1 in 80. And this is the index diagram. Here the bridge was there between Chibdapalli and DGHU, which has got a grade of 1 in 60 and 8 degree curves, and speed is around 45 here, and in one line it is around 32. And what are the challenges of KK line? One is regarding wear, slack gauge, USFD testing, and boulder fall, alignment problems, and cross levels. And it is a really vicious circle, and it is very, very difficult to maintain this line. Most of the rail is renewal is being done on the condition basis. We have provided jack rail more than 6 degree, and wide gauge sleepers have been used. Transition portion it is varying from -1 to +3 mm, and in a circular portion up to +6 mm. And lubricator, we have automatic lubricator also, but sometime we have to do the manual lubrication also, which is done every 3 days to 60 days. Excessive stress is there on the outer rail, which is overriding liners, breaking inserts, as well as crushing all these rubber pads. And even sleepers are also grooved. That is also damaging sleepers because of lateral thrust is very high. Although we are providing additional brass, but still it is causing a lot of damages. In fact, we have provided 10 mm rubber pad, but this is not really functional. Earlier we were having 6 mm rubber pad, which were more effective. Then we are maintaining a proper super elevation, and gauge face is changed. For 90 UTS, it is being changed every 5 years, and for hard-hardened rail, it is being changed about 8 to 10 years. In fact, using hardened rail, 110 UTS, is more effective compared to 90 UTS. In fact, if you look at the life of 110 UTS rail life, on KK line is varying from 15 to 20 years, and whereas 90 UTS is about 8 to 10 years. Similarly, slack gauge is also being attended every month, and regauging is done by refixing and equipping the fittings, and casual renewal of all the sleepers are also done. Then USFD is a really problem. You cannot do with the DRTS. We have to do single rail testing machines because it is not properly housing. So because of wear on non-gauge surface, sharp curves will cause a loss to contact on 70-degree probe, and which is unable to detect the non-gauge phase flaws. On this line, there have been a lot of boulder fall. In fact, if you look at the various years, we have got data from 98 to 16. Fall were around 53 in 2010, and 2014 also we had a lot of boulder fall. And quantity-wise, 2014 we had around 21,000 plus because of hood. And number of hours, this section was blocked more than 800 hours, thereby affecting revenue generation from this line. And coming to this restoration 249, it was really challenging. And one evening, we had a one boulder fall, about 12 meter by 7 meter by 2.5. It fell down, and then all the pier was disturbed. This is the salient feature already I have covered. So it was weighing around 600 metric tons. Because of that, pier got damaged. It sheared off, twisted and inclined. And then officials from headquarters, RDS also visited. And considering the damage, we had opted for the rebuilding of new pier on the same location. And it was a really challenging scheme, how to go about it, because line was closed and every day we were losing about 5 crores. So there was a lot of pressure on us, and we had to finalize the scheme, and we had gone for replacement of pier. So what we did, this is a schematic diagram. We provided CC crib, about 700 number. We got it from Khurda, and it was transported through the tunnel. So it was very constant. Everything has to come through the tunnels. Both sides we have got tunnels, and it is on 8 degree. So we got the CC crib about 700 from Khurda and put it here. Then it was tied up at the hill also, so that when you lift this, there should not be any damage. Then there was a waterfall in between, so that has to be also diverted. And then we had lifted this 12.2 meter girder so as to offload the present pier, and then we had gone for construction of this. So what are the milestone events we have done? Because initially the time frame in research was 120 days. As I told you, because we were losing 5 crore every day. So we had asked senior DN to make 3-4 part chart. So he started with 120 days, 90 days and 63 days. And then we had fixed, initially in fact they have fixed the tender with 120 days. We had gone, myself and GM had gone. And then we called both the parties and told them this has to be done in 60 days. So both the parties were reluctant to do. They say, if A is working, then I cannot work, B cannot work. If B is working, A cannot work. We told you go out and have a discussion, and you have to synergize, and work has to be done in 60 days, not in 120 days. So after 15 minutes, they came and then said, yes sir, we can do it. And one portion was given to one party. That was dismantling of pier and securing the girder by one agency, and another was given to another party. And we had kept first time the bonus clause about 1% of the contract value, because time frame has to be very, very rigid. Otherwise it may so happen if you keep the loose time frame and provide bonus clause. So sometimes there may be vigilance case where you are kept the time frame very slack and you are giving the bonus over and above. So therefore, here we kept it 60 days and 1% bonus clause was given, and there is a penalty clause of 0.5. Just 1 second, sir. So this was done first time, and these are the different photographs of various stage of construction. You have already seen I will just quickly go. Removal of girder, then diversion of this fall. Approach road also, making approach road was very, very difficult because everything has to be done from the bottom. And these are the various stages of raft foundation and pier construction, bed block construction. Then this is bed block was having around 70 cubic meter. Then placing the girder and traffic restoration. And what made this possible, because work was working in 3 shifts. We had about 10 officers and 100 supervisors and 400 men. And ADL Araku was asked to head this team. I think he is here. Last time we got the best paper award. He has done a nice work over here. And round the clock monitoring was done through web camera, because AMI has asked me to fix web camera, and one node was given to his chamber and my chamber also. In fact, it has resulted a lot of reduction in time frame. And then we made one WhatsApp group, which all the officers who were at site, PC and even CB. So online decision we were giving on real-time basis. And then we have used concreting. And here the grade of concrete was M35, the target mean strength was 43, and we could achieve around 46. And we used admixtures 0.5% of phosphorus, and then slump was about 120 to 150 because we have to be pumpable concrete. And we had adhered to the PERT chart of 60 days all the time. And this is the strength. In fact, if you look at the this 7 days strength is around 37, 36. So we could achieve that, and the 28 days were around 47. Then major challenge because it was a very rugged and very difficult terrain, and all those CC grip corrections, formation of approach road, reaching to waterfall, fixing alignment because 8-degree alignment it required a lot of precision, and then dismantling of the pier because it was very close to another pier which was just 12 meters away. So we had to use the control blasting, otherwise it could damage another pier. And all the material and men has to move to the site through the tunnel only. There was no accessibility. So my recommendation to August gathering is for new line or doubling or tripling, we should not have curve more than 2 degrees. It will have two advantages. You will have higher speed, sectional speed to reduce wear, and premature renewal can be avoided and maintenance effort can be minimized. And then we must use now double sealed tunnel boring machines are available in Germany, and all these tunnel can be used with the lesser grade like Konkan. We followed up to I think 2 degree maximum for whole line. So similarly I think we must follow not more than 2 degree, and then tunnel has to be lined, and all the cutting has to be proper slope protection work has to be done. In Malaysia I had seen slope protection work is done perfectly, and rainfall is there about 3,400. But here we try to minimize on those front, but later on it costs very heavy because total life cycle cost, if you look at for the project, that delay it is being caused or sometime it is suspended. So if you look at all those time delays and cost, it is better we provide in the beginning. And then some of the reverse curves are not having a straight portion here, so that adequate straight portion should be there, and then proper delays. And for existing line, we must use high HS rail, which will reduce wear and have a more durability. And then wider gauge sleeper, I think it is being rightly tried out on higher axle load area. We are also trying on KK line. In fact, 1 kilometer we have already laid. The target given by Honorable ME, we will try to follow that. And better USFD probe system which could snap fit the rail head, so that on the sharp curve also you are able to detect the non-gauge phase defect. Rail profiling of RGM is also required at suitable interval. Then other thing like other speaker they have talked about patrolling and all those can be. And weightage for 6 is given for alignment. In hilly terrain I think we must review this. And this is the appreciation given by like we saved about 124 crore because we could complete in 58 days. And it was well appreciated by Honorable MR and then Chief Minister Andhra and Railway Board Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, for a very interesting presentation, which shows that with teamwork and proper planning, everything is possible. Some of the questions which you have raised regarding the construction standards also, we are having a look at it, but it is all a question of economy as to what can be done and the speed potential of those particular lines where we are actually doing the construction. Our next paper is special repairs carried out on the Saraighat Bridge on over Brahmaputra on NF Railway by Mr. Mohanlal, CV, NFR.
Respected ME sir, retired senior officers, colleagues and friends. During last year, we have carried out number of special repairs to Saraighat Bridge. Saraighat Bridge is on Brahmaputra River. Actually, this was the first rail cum road bridge. This is the panoramic view of the bridge. First repairs were inner rail mirrors. Why I am calling it special is that we did it very fast. Replacing of rail bearer or reconditioning of rail bearer, it is a usual activity in bridge maintenance. But here it was done almost against odds in a very short time. This bridge was designed for 2 mg ml loading and later on made fit for 1 bgml. The rail stringers, as they get corroded, they need reconditioning or renewal. For the initial 4 months' time, the progress was just 5%. Reasons were many, like blocks were not there or people were not so much prepared for a faster progress. So over a period of time, say in a span of 2-3 months, then we had a lot of brainstorming sessions among the bridge experts, I should say SSCs or supervisors, and some of the retired officers of bridge organization whom we consulted. That how can we carry out the work very fast? Because a similar work in 2007 and 10, it took around 3 years. And that too, those stringers, they were outer stringers. Now in this bridge, there is a specialty, there are 4 stringers. 2 under one rail, 2 under another rail. So the renewal or replacement of outer rail stringers, it took around 3 years, from 2007 to 10. So it was a challenge for us that we have to complete it well within 1 year. A MOU was signed between CB and CPTM. Of course, our GM, ex-GM Mr. Chhatram, he fully supported us. And only thing, he took assurance that whatever block we take, we will not burst. And whenever we take block, we will use it fully. And he wanted certain output to be done during that block. So that was also to be documented block-wise. So the challenge given was that minimum 4 stringers must be reconditioned and replaced during each block. Blocks were granted on every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. It was 1 hour 45-minute block each, and the system we made with the operating department was that the block should be given at a fixed time. My AN or even Deputy C bridge line, he need not contact control. Only BRI, he is the master of the game, and he should talk to control, and only thing he should tell what time the block is, whether it is at 11:45 or at 11:55 or at 12:10. That was the only window. So a window was around maximum half an hour. So they operating also took a lot of promises from us that as GM told, they wanted that if it fails, then we will not be guaranteeing these blocks. So we assured them that this is what we will do. So ultimately it was done, and after trial of 2-3 blocks, we started doing 4 stringers in one block, and ultimately we started doing 6 stingers. With the result, the balance 95% work we could do in 4.5 months' time. So the total work of 336 inner stingers was completed in 8.5 months' time. The work was completed on 15th November last year. TDC, the tight TDC fixed by GM was 31st December. This is I will not go into the details of procedure of changing of recondition of rail stingers for paucity of time. These are some of the photographs showing like when we take out the corroded rail stingers during the block.